I wanted to move some more of my plants into pond slash semi-hydro, and I thought we could do it together. So in today's video, we're gonna be doing just that. We're gonna be repotting some plants, we're gonna be potting up some cuttings into pond, and it's gonna be a really fun time. Please, if you have any chores of your own, grab them, whether they be repotting, watering, or any other, honestly, household chores. Even if you wanna like knit while listening to this video, I think that's a great idea. This will definitely be a very cozy, chill, relaxing video. We're just gonna have a nice little chit chat, talk about life, talk about plants, you know, the things we all love. And I have some really fun plants to repot today. Without further ado, grab yourself a cozy little beverage, a little snack, your chores, and let's get going. The first plant that I want to start with is my Scindapsus exotica. If you've seen one of my recent videos, I think it was this plant chore video, I talked about how I chopped up this plant. I didn't need to chop it up, but it was just kind of looking a little bit sus, and I wanted to start it over in semi-hydro. So I chopped it up and I put it into water and I put it into a cloche because from experience, Scindapsus are a little bit harder to root, but I do see a lot of roots in here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the top. There we go. Everything just roots 10 times better when it's in a high humidity environment, which of course makes sense because our plants do come from high humidity environments. You can even see like some aerial roots activated up here that aren't even in the water. So that is quite wild. But yeah, this is a plant that I want to restart. I really loved having my long, nice Scindapsus exotica. It was just trailing over here on the side of my Vitio shelf, and I miss it. I really miss having that girl here, so I wanna bring her back. I really do. She has some really lovely roots, so definitely ready for the semi-hydro life, and I'm excited to put this into semi-hydro. Actually, I'm gonna keep it in the water while we are working with the semi-hydro, just so the roots don't dry out, because honestly, water roots dry out like hotcakes. Like, they dry out so fast. So definitely, if you are propagating in water, try to not leave your cuttings out of water for too long. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and lower you and we can get started. There we go. Now you should be able to see what I'm actually doing. And I have two little options for pots. These are both self-watering pots from Amazon. I just have the black one or the gray one. And I honestly think that she might work in the gray one quite lovely. So I'm gonna go with the gray one, and then the black one I'm gonna keep for another plant that we have upcoming. And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get my semi-hydro. Where's my semi-hydro? I haven't prepared my pond. So let me just go ahead and grab my pond because I totally forgot to bring it over. Oh, this girl is heavy. Oh, Jesus Christ. There we go. So I just have some rinsed pond over here, freshly rinsed. I hate rinsing pond. It's always such a task. So I try to at least fill half of this little container with pond whenever I rinse it, and I already got dirty. Oh God. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put some pond at the bottom of this vessel. How have you guys been doing? I hope your days have been fine. I hope your life has been good. We are slowly but surely entering spring. We had some really lovely, warm, sunny days over here. Today, unfortunately, it's very rainy. And the other day we actually had a thunderstorm, which is kind of insane since we're not even in summer. You know, during the summertime, thunderstorms are very common, but not so common during the winter times or like early spring, I guess. I need actually my shears as well, so let me grab those. So I just grabbed my shears because I see like that this, for example, rooted in multiple spots, and I will probably be also maybe like just chopping it up a little bit further. For example, this one has some roots up here, but on this lower node, it only has this one tiny root. So what I'm gonna do is chop this and just use this as a single node propagation. So I'm gonna go ahead and plop that in here. Oh, this one doesn't have any roots. That's kind of sad. Oh well, it's fine. Not all of them can be winners, and honestly, I have plenty of cuttings here, so I am not worried at all. I'm gonna pick out the ones that have like the best root system. But yes, we're finally seeing some sun. We're finally seeing some warmer days, which I am super excited about. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like winter, I do like snow, and I do appreciate it. But the older I get, the more I'm kind of becoming a summer girly, if I'm being honest. But I don't like those like scorching high heats, like anything above 30 degrees. It's just Celsius is a little bit ridiculous. So I don't like to be like melting in the heat, but I do like the sun. I really, really do like the sun. I do like the warmth. I do like just the vibes, you know, just the vibes in summer are so correct. I love just being in like a tank top, shorts, and just like chilling, being outside. One of my favorite hobbies to do during the summer is read outside and, you know, just get some sun in. Of course, while wearing sunscreen, definitely. If you're going out, doesn't matter what time of year, if you're going out, even if you're staying inside, you should always be wearing some sunscreen. So please, please protect your poor, fragile skin because it deserves protection. It deserves love. It deserves appreciation. But yes, I love to hang out during the summer times outside, and one of my favorite things about summer is actually the night times. Like, summer nights are just magical to me. Like, the temperature cools down. It's really nice. Usually there is like a soft breeze in the air, and it's just so nostalgic. And I love to just sit outside and look at the stars. Literally, that is my favorite thing to do in the summertime. And I am very much looking forward to it. And just, you know, obviously I'm looking forward to spring and summer because my plants will be a lot happier during that period. And we are obviously entering the growing season. And I restarted a lot of my plants during the winter time. Like, I pretty much restarted my whole collection. I moved a lot of plants to pawn. I chopped up a lot of plants. I moved all of my moss pole plants from the wire moss poles to the plastic bagged moss poles. There has been just a lot of change in my plant collection during the summertime. And I do realize that winter isn't maybe the best time to make changes because obviously your plants don't have as much light, heat, humidity as they need to go through a hard transition period. But luckily, I think we are out of the woods when it comes to the weather, and I think from now on my plants will only be doing better and better and thriving more and more, which I am very excited about. And speaking of thriving, Miss Exotica is done. She is looking stunning and beautiful, and I really hope that this thing will start growing for me and bush out and become long and nice. I don't know if she will like semi-hydro. In my experience, Candapsuses are quite thirsty plants. They do love their water, so I don't see why this plant wouldn't love semi-hydro, but these leaves are absolutely stunning. Like the silveriness, it is so precious. It's so metallic. I mean, y'all know this plant. This is such a classic plant, but I feel like it's a plant that we often overlook. I always talk about this, but we put so much of our attention on these like rare exotic plants, and sometimes I feel like we forget about, like, you know, the good common plants that are still freaking beautiful. I mean, you cannot tell me that that plant isn't beautiful. And if nobody knew about this plant, and if this was like something new, like a new cultivar or whatever, I'm sure everybody would be losing their marbles over it and paying mad money for it. But of course, since it is a common plant, it is often overlooked. Next up, I want to work on my Alocasia dragon scale, and she is stunning, beautiful, gorgeous. This is one of my favorite alocasias. I just spilled water all over the place. Oh Matt, you are You're such a klutz. You're such a klutz. Lesson to all of you folks, don't keep your propagation water next to your workstations because you will spill it. Well, I guess you learned something new about me today, and that is that I am absolutely and utterly a klutz. This kind of stuff always happens to me. I always spill stuff. I always drop stuff. And in particular, I always spill food on myself. And for some reason, I still wear a lot of like beige and white clothes when I go out to eat. And listen, if I eat anything with even a hint of sauce, that sauce will end up on my shirt. Where was I before this whole debacle? I was talking about my Alocasia dragon scale, which is a plant that I really, really love. And now you can see that she is very well rooted. This plant loves soil and it doesn't necessarily need the transition, but I just really, really, really want to unlock the full potential of this plant. And since my Alocasias have been really loving the semi-hydro life, I thought, why not do the jump and transition this girly into semi-hydro as well? And I actually have a silver dragon that I transitioned into pawn a couple, maybe not even, probably not even like 2 months ago. And that plant has been doing amazing in pawn, and it has literally exploded in growth. And so I thought, I mean, they're pretty much the same plant, just like the silver dragon has a little bit of a different coloring and is more of a dwarf alocasia. But I thought there is no reason that this plant wouldn't enjoy the semi-hydro life either. Now this soil is a little bit moist, which is not my preference to work with moist soil. And I will definitely have to break up this root ball and probably do quite a bit of damage to this root system, which is not the best thing for plants, and alocasias in particular are very, very sensitive to having their roots messed with. But I think in the long run, this plant will thank me and be doing amazing. So I'm just trying to, you know, think about the long run, think about the long game. And that is actually something that I was talking about as well earlier when it came to my plants, that I restarted a lot of my plants just because, well, first of all, I am a person that gets bored very, very easily. And so I always need some kind of change. And that's why I really like to restart my plants. And listen, if I didn't restart them so often and try all of these new things, I would probably have a lot bigger plants by now. But I really do like to experiment. I always say that half the fun of this hobby is experimenting. It's having fun with your plants. It's trying out new things. It's playing with them. It's playing with soil. It's playing with the plant. She has a lot of corms as well. I'm not going to keep any of these corms, and I thought I was going to save this soil, but this soil is, like, there's a lot of roots. So I might just use this for like outdoor gardening. Yeah, anyway, I went off topic again. I can never keep a straight thought, y'all. I can never keep it straight. I mean, well, that's on brand. But yeah, anyway, I really like to play with my plants and, you know, just try new things all the freaking time. However, lately, I have been kind of feeling like, not like a bad plant parent, but I felt like a lot of my plants, like, they aren't looking great. They're going through the transition period. A lot of them I did start over with. A lot of them I'm growing from, you know, baby plants again. And yeah, I don't know. It has gotten me thinking, and I have been feeling maybe a little bit down about my collection. And obviously we just like exited winter, and I think it's normal that our plants just take a hit during the winter. I think that's totally normal. And obviously whenever your plants take a hit and don't look as great, obviously you think it's your fault and you kind of blame yourself. So I absolutely understand that feeling. And I'm here to tell you that you're not alone, and that every single one of us feels that way at some point with our plants. And it is just something that we have to learn. We just have to learn that this hobby is never perfect. It's never the same. It's never consistent. Like, it's never a upwards trajectory. There is always gonna be an ebb and a flow. There's gonna be days where there's gonna be periods where your plants look freaking amazing and where all you wanna do is just look at them. But then there's gonna be days where your plants just are not looking their best. And I think it's just a normal part. I just broke off this huge juicy root. Oh well. It's just a normal part of plant parenthood and owning plants. I mean, at the end of the day, these are living beings. This is not a plastic object. You know, if you collect anything else like figurines or books or whatever, most of the time you can just put those on the shelf and not really deal with them. You know what I mean? Like, they're just there. You can appreciate them, but you don't need to put in like extra time to care for them. You might have to like dust them or wipe them from time to time, sure. Most of the time, hobbies that include collecting are nowhere nearly as involved as plant care. And like I said, unfortunately, sometimes plants just don't do well, and especially in the summer months, or especially in the winter months. But I know that my plants will definitely have a glow up this summer, and I think everything that I'm doing for them right now is gonna pay off in the long run. I just have to be patient, and that is so hard for me. I am not the most patient person ever, and this hobby definitely helped me realize that I need to be more patient, and it has taught me to be a little bit more patient, but I'm still not the most patient person in the world, and I don't think I ever will be, because that's just my character type. You know, I'm just that kind of person who wants everything now. Like, I am just impatient. But I am just trying to stay calm, and whenever these like bad thoughts come up, I try to tell them, no, you're not welcome. Like, I appreciate what you're trying to do. You're trying to protect my feelings, and you're trying to make sure that I don't get hurt. But I'm good, babes. I am good. So if you're going through anything similar and you have these voices telling you that you are inadequate or not good enough about anything, it doesn't have to be plant care. It can be literally about anything else. Thank them for being there. Appreciate that these thoughts care for you, but kindly tell them to back off, because you don't need that energy in your life. Alrighty, so this root system is pretty much rid of any soil. I don't know, should I rinse these roots? I will give them a little bit of a rinse. I'm gonna give them a little bit of a rinse, but you can see they're looking gorgeous, and this root system is very, very big. I did lose quite a bit of rootage, but it's fine. It's fine. It's cool. You can say that we are nothing, but you know the truth. And I think I'm gonna just be reusing the same nursery pot. I think so, yeah. It's gonna be a little annoying because these holes in this nursery pot are pretty big, and all of the TheCozyPlant is just gonna pop out of there. I need to get some leca. That's what I need to get. I need to get some leca. I need to get some leca so I can put it at the bottom of my pots, especially these like nursery pots, so that all the TheCozyPlant doesn't fall out, but I don't have any leca on hand. I do have another... I actually have another self-watering pot. Let me get it, but I don't think it's gonna be big enough. I have this self-watering system from Elho, but I think this is gonna be too small. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be... I don't know. I mean, it could work. It could work. And I feel like it's too small. No, that's too small. I can't do that. I can't do that. This is just like a 17, and it was living in a 19-inch or centimeter. Yeah, 19 centimeter pot. This would be quite a downsize, and the root system is still pretty big. So yeah, I'm gonna put it into the same vessel, And oh well, some of the pond will fall out. That's fine. Okay, so I rinsed the pot and the roots. It is not perfect. There is definitely still some soil on here, but this is good enough for me. So I will take it. Let me go ahead and get my semi-hydro. And actually, I'm gonna put this in here just so when I actually put the semi-hydro inside, the pond doesn't like end up all over the floor and all over my mat. So yeah, just gonna go ahead and fill up the semi-hydro. And since we are speaking about kind of like feeling down and feeling inadequate, I will say that something else that has been kind of bugging me lately has been my appearance. And I have been just feeling very, very self-conscious, and my self-esteem has been quite low this past couple of weeks. I honestly don't even know why. So a little bit of a backstory. I have been bullied my whole life, like from like the day I went to kindergarten, all throughout elementary school, middle school, high school, college. I have been mercilessly bullied, and I always had this perceived notion that I was ugly, that I was unlovable, that I didn't deserve to be on this earth, that I am just a monster, that I am just, this abomination. And that's what I believed for a long, long time. So my self-confidence was literally non-existent back in that period. I had horrible, horrible social anxiety. I couldn't leave my house. Like I literally couldn't even leave my house to go buy bread. Like, it was that horrible that I couldn't even go to the store. I couldn't look people in the eyes. I couldn't have a conversation, like a normal conversation with anybody. I did have a couple of friends throughout that period, but mostly it was more, I would say more acquaintances than friends. In high school, I did have a couple of friends who were also like nerdy gamers, so we got kind of along. In college, I started opening up a little bit, but like primarily throughout middle school, elementary school, until like I would say until the age like 17, 18, I just felt so ugly. And I just felt so horrible about myself. I mean, I had a horrible situation, both at school and at home. I was living with a very, very abusive father, which obviously didn't help all of my existing problems. I was dealing with a lot of personal stuff. I was coming to terms with my sexuality, and it was just not a fun time. So in that period, like I said, I was feeling like a complete garbage person, right? But as I got older, as I went to college, and in particular when I started my job, I really started to flourish. I started to gain more confidence in myself, both in my physical being and like myself as a person. And things were really, really good. I started gaining some amazing friends. I started being a lot more open, a lot more social. I started to, experiment with my style, experiment with the way that I look. And I would always go dressed to the nines to my office job. And listen, I work in gaming, so it's a very, very casual attire kind of situation, and a lot of people would just show up in sweatpants, but I was literally the guy wearing suits. So I was very, very confident in the way that I looked, and I always got like a lot of compliments. I always got a lot of praise for, the way I dressed, the way I presented myself. And that was something that I was very proud of. Like, it was part of my identity. And then as I kind of grew into my later 20s, I kind of stopped caring about the way I looked. I still like to dress up and look nice from time to time, but most of the time I'm just like, whatever, like literally whatever. I don't care. I love myself the way I am. I'm not going to change for anybody, yada, 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 right? But then recently, for some reason, these like negative thoughts about my self-image have resurfaced, and I have been feeling kind of kind of ugly again. And I don't know, I think it's because I am entering my early 30s. I mean, I'm still 28, but like I'm heading towards the 30s, and I'm seeing a lot of changes in my body. Just a quick little sidetrack. We are done with the alocasia dragon scale. I think she will really take to this transition well. I hope she will like it. Let's move on to the next plant. And the next two plants actually are plants that are featured in my latest video, which if you haven't seen, go watch it. It was an unboxing video where I got these two lovely plants. One of them is a alocasia watsoniana, and the other one is the begonia white heights. And I just want to move both of these into semi-hydro. They're not looking their best. They're looking a little bit beat up, especially the watsoniana. So honestly, I don't know how this plant will even do, but we shall see. Also, they are in that horrible peat moss mix, so I am gonna be throwing that away. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that on this mat so I don't contaminate my other mat. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Recently, just these feelings of feeling not good about myself have resurfaced. And I think it's because my body is going through a lot of changes again. Like, obviously, my skin is changing, my hair is changing, my everything is changing, basically. Like, my body to fat ratio is changing. I used to be always real thin, and like I could literally eat anything and I just wouldn't gain weight, which obviously I'm not like, this is not the brag, this is not a good thing. It's not a good thing to not be able to gain weight. This root system is pathetic. Like, holy crap. Okay, no wonder she is looking bad. But yeah, my metabolism is changing. Like, I'm seeing like fat pockets in places that I'm not used to seeing them. And it's just a lot of different things and changes at once. And another thing that I think is affecting this whole self-esteem crisis is obviously I'm doing YouTube now and I am filming myself. Like, I film my face, I film my body, and I see myself in a completely different light. Like, y'all, you wouldn't even believe how much your viewpoint of yourself changes once you actually start recording yourself, once you actually see yourself in that editing software and you look at yourself for hours and hours while editing. And I'm very self-critical. I am a perfectionist to my core. It's just who I am as a person, which I'm not saying is a good thing. Actually, it's a pretty bad thing. And I think just staring at myself for hours and hours and hours has really just made me see all my imperfections. And I started hyper-focusing on the way I look, on the way I speak, on the way I appear in these videos. And I know that none of you all care. Okay, I know that because when I watch other creators, I also don't care. Like, it's so funny because often creators will say like, oh, sorry, I'm not wearing makeup today, or oh, sorry, my hair is off today, or stuff like that. And it's like, babes, nobody cares. We're here for you. We're here for your plans. We're here to hang out, to have a good time, to hear your thoughts, your opinions. Like, your appearance does not matter. And like, it really doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. And I would never judge anybody for the way they looked on camera because I simply do not even, I don't even, whenever I watch YouTube, I don't even pay attention to that kind of stuff. I will pay attention if somebody like did something fun with their hair or like tried on a cute little outfit. Sure, that I will notice and I will comment, oh my God, that outfit is so cute. But I would never go and tell them that, I don't know, their hair is messy or that they have a pimple or something like that because I don't necessarily even notice those things. So why the hell am I doing this to myself? And why am I being so hypercritical of myself? I do not understand. This plant, I don't know how I'm gonna break up this root system. Like, this is just peat moss. This might be a rerouting situation, y'all. This might be a rerouting situation. We will see. It's so crazy how much self-loathing I have developed for myself for no reason. So I am working on it, okay? I'm definitely working on it. I'm trying to chill the hell out and like just realize that none of this matters. And listen, all of this is not me trying to get some pity, okay? You do not need to go in the comments and say how you think I'm beautiful or whatever, even if you like, whether you think it or not, I don't care. But it's not about that. I just want to share my authentic, real thoughts with all of you and hopefully help somebody that is going through a similar thing. I mean, I really hope that none of you all are going through a similar thing, but I know self-confidence is such a hard thing. And I know, obviously, a lot of us plant parents, we are like, we're more introverted, we're more shy, we are more maybe prone to some mental health issues, and we are more prone to episodes of absolute clownery where we are being very, very mean to ourselves. So all I want to do here is just shed a light on the fact that it is okay to sometimes not feel 100%, but don't let those feelings overtake. I think you are beautiful, no matter what you think of yourself. I think you are beautiful, you are stunning, you are gorgeous, you deserve the world. I love you for watching this video, sticking around with me. I mean, we just recently hit 2,000 subscribers, which is insanity. And I know when it comes to like YouTube numbers, 2,000 subscribers isn't a lot, but listen, to me, it literally means the world. I mean, 2,000 people, 2,000 freaking people. Like if I can't even imagine what 2,000 people like would look like in my head. Like they wouldn't fit in this studio, let me tell you that. And I think that alone is just amazing. So seriously, just thank you. And if you're listening to this, I mean, obviously this is mostly me just blabbering about life stuff. I'm not even talking much about plants. So I wouldn't blame you if this is so not interesting to you. But if you are listening to me, I sincerely want to thank you. Like none of this would be possible without you guys. I love this whole YouTube thing. No matter what I'm going through and what I kind of think of myself or whatever, doing this right now, filming, talking to you, playing with plants, brings me so much joy. And honestly, that matters to me a heck of a lot more than how my face, hair, or body looks like. Like that stuff does not matter. And I know I'm beautiful, I know I'm gorgeous, and I'm not gonna let those evil thoughts control me anymore. I decided that I'm gonna tell them to back off. And I know a good chunk of you that are watching my videos are actually older than me, so you're probably listening to me and being like, what the hell is he even talking about? Like, why is he being so hung up on this issue? And yeah, I just want to say that I really appreciate you listening to me, because some of y'all, like when y'all comment that you had plans for like, I don't know, 40 years, I'm like, what the hell are you doing here? Like, why are you listening to me? Like, girl, I should be listening to you, not you to me, because I have nothing to offer compared to that. I mean, I do, of course. We all have something to offer, but you know what I mean. So yeah, anyway, I'm sorry if this was all very, very boring and not interesting at all, but if it can help at least one person out there, I'll be happy. I'll be very, very happy. So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse these off. The roots on all of them are looking very pathetic. You can see, I mean, these begonia roots are just, ugh. And I know begonias don't have like an amazing root system to begin with, but this ain't good. Also, I don't even know if this begonia will like semi-hydro. And I don't know, like I have basically like 4 cuttings. So should I even like pot them all up, or should I just like put one into semi-hydro, or should I keep it like a bushy plant? I think I'm gonna keep it a bushy plant. And I mean, there is a lot of nodes here, and I think begonias are pretty easy to propagate. So if something does go south, I can always restart it. I'm honestly more concerned about this alocasia, because this root system, oh, she is looking very, very dicey. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and remove some of this, what's it called, in the sheaves. This is so satisfying, removing these little things. But yeah, this is very dicey, and I have honestly no idea how this plant will do and if it will even survive. time will only tell. I mean, I hope so. I only had one alocasia so far die in semi-hydro, and that was my alocasia poly that I got from a big box store, and that plant wasn't looking good when I got her. So I don't know. I will try hard with this plant. I really will, because this is a dream alocasia. So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse these off in the sink as well, and I will be back momentarily. I feel like there is still a lot of substrate on these begonia roots, but like I'm just like breaking them if I try to remove them. So I know that these will definitely shed in the semi-hydro, but hopefully she will manage to actually push out some new roots. So my plan is to put the begonia into a clear plastic pot so I can actually take a look at the root situation. And then I think I'm gonna put the Watsoniana in a self-watering, but also I might put her in also a clear nursery. It would be smart to put her in a clear nursery so I can actually, you know, look at her roots. But I'm gonna risk it with the self-nursery, or with the self-watering pot. What am I even talking about? I am losing it, and honestly, I have not been sleeping well. Like the past 2 days, I have not been sleeping well, and it shows. Oh, also, I want to say that I want to say thank you to all of those people that gave me so much great advice about sleep on what video was it? I can't even remember. I think it was also the plant chores video, or the morning plant care video, whatever it was called. But I was basically telling y'all about how I'm having usually issues with falling asleep and stuff like that. And you know, I tried the magnesium. I also tried to switch up the way that I sleep. You know, I finally managed to actually fall asleep in a different position other than my stomach. I'm managing to fall asleep and actually stay asleep while sleeping on my side. I just have to have a shit ton of pillows and like literally wedge myself in between the pillows, but it's working, so that's great. But the other night I had a bit of an anxiety attack, like just out of the blue. And you know how it is. I started overthinking, and it wasn't good, and I wasn't able to fall asleep. And then around like 1 a.m. or so, I just got the worst migraine ever. And I mean, I suffer with migraines my whole entire life. So again, nothing new for me, but it was really, really bad. I took one pill. That didn't help at all. I kind of like went to sleep and slept for maybe 2 or 3 hours. And then I woke up again with a throbbing headache. And I was like, oh God. And then I took 2 more pills. And then I just like I woke up at like around 5 a.m. and I was feeling so dead because obviously I got no sleep. And let me tell you, migraines are not fun. Like if you're dealing with migraines, I'm so sorry. Like they are just horrible and awful. truly awful. And I really sympathize with anybody who's going through them. But yeah. Basically, I then just woke up and I was feeling dead tired, but the migraine was at least gone, but I was just feeling very, very nauseous, and all of that happened yesterday. And then today, I wasn't able to fall asleep again last night, and I just stayed up in bed for such a long time. And then I had to get up early, so I woke up at around 6 a.m. because I needed to go get my blood drawn, because I have to get my blood drawn every like 6 to 8 weeks because I'm on Accutane. And yeah, so honestly, today was kind of a very tiring day, but I am glad that I still got to record and have fun with my plants and talk to you guys, because you all are basically like, y'all are like therapy to me. So honestly, I should be paying you for listening to me and giving me advice and keeping me company, because You're amazing and you rock. But yeah, begonia white ice is done. I have no idea how this plant will do. She's looking very mangled right now, not in the best shape. We will see. I really hope this one will pull through because I think it's just such a stunning plant and it will just look really, really beautiful on my shelf. So I'm really hoping that she does do well. Like a little leaf fell off, unfortunately, but like these little white dots on this plant are so freaking cool. Like it's such a nice plant. I love it. I love it so much. Oh, I talked a lot today, like a lot, and I'm sorry if this maybe turned into a bit of a complaining session. I didn't mean for it to turn into me only complaining and talking negatively. So let's end on a positive note. Do I have anything positive to update you on? I'm trying to think. Oh, I have something. I actually got some soft boxes for lighting. If you don't know what a softbox is, it's basically like a light that has like a sheet over it, so it diffuses the light and makes it look nice, and I'm actually using them right now. So hopefully the video quality should be better and the lighting should be more consistent. I mean, not that I don't think a lot of you even care about video quality, but it's more like I just wanna invest in this YouTube thing, and I wanna obviously make my videos better and better, and I try to, you know, invest in high quality gear and also invest into just my skills, my editing skills, my speaking skills, my storytelling skills. And we are close to the 50 mark or 50 video mark. This might even be the 50th video, I think. So yeah, I mean, 50 videos. I have been doing this ever since August 2024. And I have been very consistent. I uploaded at least, like I started with 1 upload per week, and now I have shifted to 2 uploads per week, and I have been very consistent with it for quite some time. And honestly, I am hella proud of it. I am really, really proud of it because, again, consistency isn't my strength, and it's hard for me to keep like consistent habits. So the fact that I am managing to still consistently upload videos, despite, you know, all of these things that are happening in my personal life, despite me having a full-time job, and above all else, the fact that I'm enjoying this is I'm just really proud of myself, and I hope that I will get to continue this whole YouTube journey, and I hope I will be uploading a lot more videos in the future, and I hope that we will get to spend even more time together chatting, talking, and playing with our plants. Alocasia watsoniana is done. She is looking very, very droopy. I really hope this plant pulls through. I mean, I hope all of them pull through, obviously. But yeah, we will see. Only time will tell. So to give you a little recap, we worked on the Scindapsus exotica. I really hope that she will pop off, get gorgeous, bushy, trailing. I mean, I love when these things trail. They are absolutely beautiful. Alocasia dragon shields. No, this is dragon scales. Dragon shields. Good God, I'm tired. Anyway, yes, dragon scales, looking stunning, feeling gorgeous, and I think out of all these plants, this is the one that I'm least worried about because I think she will just pop off. This is such a resilient plant, and I love her. And then the little newcomers into my collection, the begonia white ice and the Alocasia watsoniana. I am a little bit terrified about these two, but hopefully, fingers crossed, they will do fine. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Again, it was a little bit maybe too chatty, and I'm sorry if the mental health talk isn't really your jam, or if you're just here for plants and not for me talking. You can definitely watch this video and mute the audio. Like, I would have nothing against that. Like, you can just play your own music if you want to. Like, go ahead. But I do hope you still enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and hit that notification button so you're notified about every new upload. And I hope you have a super amazing, fabulous day. Remember that I love you and that I think that you're truly just such a beautiful, stunning soul on the inside and on the outside. Until next time, goodbye! Now I need to clean my mess, and I don't want to. Can y'all help me? Can y'all come over here and just help me clean, because I'm lazy.